Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Warhammer battle. This is actually going to be a 1v1 greenskins versus dwarves. For my army, since we're fighting dwarves, I took 4 nasty skulkers, 2 black orcs being led by Grimgor Ironhide, because you need black orcs when you bring Grimgor. And then I'm bringing 4 squig herds, because I liked how they did in the battle, I don't know, it was like a week ago or so, so I'm going to try them again against the dwarves. Then we also have an orc shaman with just Here We Go and then Fist of Gork to try and buff up whoever we need. A random goblin group, because I had enough money for one, a Ragnarok queen, because I brought one for a while, and then the rusty heirs, because we're fighting dwarves. Dwarf line is front line of Longbeards. We have Rune Lord, double Runesmith, which is, I've already expressed my hate for that build. We have 2 Longbeards, one of which is a Grumbling Guard. Then we have 2 Dwarf Warriors, a Miner, Dragback Slayers, Cannon, and then I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So very tanky front line to try and protect the Cannon, I guess. Then the Grumbling Guard is also just a great pick. Every Dwarf army should probably come with a Grumbling Guard. So right over here, the cannon has been targeting my Black Orcs for a bit, but it is going to be shifting its focus to my Ragnarok Queen, who I'm going to just run right up the middle. I'm going to go bloop, and then we're going to drop some spiders over here to try and disrupt the cannon for as long as possible, and these Quarrelers, try and get into them. Meanwhile, my flanking force over here of the 2 nasty skulkers are going to be coming in like that, supported by this 1 goblin group, and then the Dressier is going to be sitting right here shooting various units. Other flanking force here, double squig herds, and another nasty skulker, and the black ones are going to go right up the middle with Grimgor. I want Grimgor to silence the Rune Lord, but I will say it's going to be tough to actually break through the front line of the Longbeards, just walking forward to try and get to him. We're going to have a Rune of Wrath and Ruin here. I need to try and kill the Runesmiths and Rune Lord as quick as possible, because the longer the fight goes on, the more damage these Runesmiths are going to be doing with that damn Rune of Wrath and Ruin shit. So I'm going to try again targeting him with Grimgor, because he's the nastiest of the bunch. Going to go back in here since they are focusing around the Ragnarok Queen. Going to get the squig herds in here. Going to get the goblins in here, and then we're going to try and kill some dwarves, some nasty skulkers. This guy's going to go around as well. Meanwhile, back here we're going to throw in these squig herds, nasty skulkers. Black is going to go up the middle. And again, this guy's just going to be buffing up some units. Here goes the Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Look how much just chews through them. Good God, these runes, man, so tough, so good. Here goes a Here We Go to try and quickly break through this 1 group of Dwarf Warriors with the nasty skulkers, but it's not actually going to be that quick. Now our front line is going to be met up with the 2 Black Orcs and Grimgor. Right now I'm trying to give him attack orders to get to the Rune Lord, but he cannot just force his way through the Grumbling Guard, which is very unfortunate. And again, we're just trying to surround this unit of forces to try and make them die quicker, but it's not really working, so now I'm going to get my Ragnarok Queen to the Quarrelers to try and silence them. Spiders are over here trying to silence these cannons, but they're still firing. We are kind of breaking through the left flank though. And just buffing up units. Here goes a wall from our main Black Orcs. That's going to help us shoot through those Longbeards. So to save money, if you're going to go double Runesmith and Rune Lord build, even though I hate it, here's a thing of advice. Especially in a 1v1 situation, just get rid of this. Get rid of the Master Steel of Oath and Steel. Get rid of the equivalents for the Runesmith. Save yourself some money and get another, I don't know, Dwarf Warrior or whatever you want. Because think about this. When it's a 1v1 situation and the opponent knows you're dwarf, what are they going to be bringing? Armor-piercing damage. So you can stack these Longbeards to like 200 armor if you want to. You can stack the Master Rune and the non-Master version, which I think is 30. So give these guys an additional 90 armor. And yes, that will block a lot of basic damage from any unit. But what is the enemy going to be bringing against you? Armor-piercing damage, almost 100% guaranteed. The thing that's going to kill your dwarves is the armor-piercing damage, because they already have a naturally high armor that's going to block a lot of normal damage anyway. So I would say save yourself some money, get other units with the money you save from getting rid of those 2 armor buffs. The one that you can keep is a damage resistance buff, because that's just good all around, and of course the Master's Rune of Wrath and Ruin, those things. But nix the armor buff, because there's really no point... unless your opponent just doesn't bring an armor-piercing army, which then, in that case, they're probably not that great, because they should be bringing armor-piercing damage. Anyway, just a quick tip. That's kind of a wasted amount of money against this army, because literally everything is armor-piercing except for this 1 Gobbo group. And again, the armor-piercing is going to be what's getting through your armor anyway and killing you, and no amount of armor stacking is going to stop that. Over here, the Nasty Stalker is going to get caught by this Runesmith and some Miners, so they're going to be caught there. My Archers are just focus firing into the, I think the Dragback Slayers and this Longbeard. I wanted to fire at these Grumbling Guard, but they're too intermixed with our front line, so I'm just focusing on the center. Going to try and run the Ragnarok Queen out of here because she was getting focused down by the Slayers, and I want to run her around and stop these cannons, but the cannons are actually going to make her route here, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. And a Rune Smith is going to be chasing them off. So all I have left are now Black Orcs that are getting hit by the Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin, which, fucking hate it so much. So they are just peppering my Black Orcs with that spell. It just does so much damage. Grimgore, I'm still trying to get on the Runesmith, but I cannot get past this fucking Grumbling Guard, so I'm just finally attacking him with Grimgore, because I'm tired of trying to walk past him. Here goes a here we go to try and get some much damage as we can done. Some of my units are routing. This one's being chased by a Runesmith, which is actually fine for me if we get the Runesmith out of the battle. And this Runesmith's running over here chasing off these guys, which again is okay. Looking a little grim. Looking a little grim. These Corlers are not going to start focusing on my Rusty Arrows. I'm going to shoot them in return for a little bit, and then I think I focus on something else here. I can't remember what. Going to throw on my Orc Shaman with the here we go, and then I'm cycling that, and then here he has Gitsnik, trying to finish off this Grumbling Guard. We also have Fist of Orc on Grimgore, giving him 162. That is insane. He's basically hitting every single attack. Well, I guess he can still technically miss 10% of his attacks. I think the highest you can get is 90% hit rate. But we're Grimgore and the two Black Orcs that are still barely operational because they've been getting hit with those Runes of Wrath and Ruin. They are still forcing their way finally through these Grumbling Guard, and I'm finally going to be able to get Grimgore onto the Rune Lord who's been running away from me this whole time. And now here comes some of our routing units coming back into the fight. These guys are going to come back into the fight, but the Runesmith is also coming back on each side. Oh, that's right. I was trying to silence the cannon, and here goes another Rune on the Rusty Arrows. Again, the longer this fight goes, the more of a chance I have of losing just because of 3 Runesmiths and their Runes of Wrath and Ruin. It's a very nasty build. But we finally managed to route the cannon with the Rusty Arrows. Now I'm going to be focusing on, I guess, the Corlers with the help of the Orc Shaman and some random Gobos. Meanwhile, I am now on the Rune Lord, and you're going to just see his health drop. I think I do, yeah, another Fist of Gork on Grimgore Ironhide. I need to kill this Rune Lord. I need to kill him. He needs to die. Meanwhile, back here, Swicker is going to be chasing off some routing units. I'm going to get onto these Grumbling Guards. They do not come back, but it's going to be a long time until they die. Nasty Skulker is going on to these Dwarf Warriors, Longbeards that came back. This one Nasty Skulker has been fighting these 2 units for like this entire battle, which is insane that they haven't routed. I don't even think they routed once yet. But now we have routed off the Corlers, going to move our Rusty Arrows over here to get flanking shots into this battle. And now the Rune Lord is going to be routed by Grimgore. I have a couple Black Orcs still left who are holding on. Here goes another here we go to try and finish off the Runesmith and the Rune Lord. So our armor piece, or our melee attack is up to 128. So we are going to rout the Rune Lord, and then we're going to shoot him with the Rusty Arrows as Grimgore is now going to focus on the other Runesmith over here. Finally, these Nasty Skulkers are going to rout. This dude routed off the Nasty Skulkers again, and my Squid again is back here just trying to keep these forces away from the main fight. I don't think I have anything else. I don't know if these guys come back or not. But right now, we're going to engage against these 2 melee forces with the Squid Herd. Our Nasty Skulkers and the Orc Shaman is going to be their leadership over there, as Grimgore is going to try and take out the Runesmith, and we just crumble that Runesmith with a couple hits. Now that I can finally reach them, they die pretty quickly under the weight of Grimgore. Gonna do focus firing right into this dude's back, and he is not gonna die for like a little while, which is honestly upsetting, like very upsetting that he lives for as long as he does. But we're gonna put the rest of our rounds basically into the back of this Rune Lord to try and kill him. Here comes another Runesmith to try and support the fight against my Orc Shaman and my Nasty Skulkers. Here comes some Longbeards, or Dwarf Warriors, I mean. Goblins coming back. These guys are still trying to kill the Grumbling Guard out here, which are not shattered yet, which is insane. Now that we have routed this Runesmith, Grimgore, and the Black Orcs, what remains of them is going to come back and do some more fighting. Still focusing this guy down. Finally kill the Rune Lord. But that uses all of our ammunition, so we're going to run these guys into the melee. Trying to run my Orc Shaman out here because he was being focused down by the Runesmith. Waiting for Grimgore to come back. And I'm going to have to run these guys in the melee, and it is a really close fight. But I do have a more than healthy Grimgore, who is going to have another Fist of Gork and his Gitsnik buff, so his damage is just insane. And you can just see this Runesmith is going to, again, melt. This is the plan. We buff Grimgore with melee attack and his armor piercing damage, and we take out all their dwarf leadership. And that's what we did here, and they are finally going to shatter. That was a very close fight. Very, very close fight from my opponent. Whew. Like, that was teetering on the edge, kinda. Like, if I didn't kill that Rune Lord, even though it took me forever to do it because I couldn't catch him with Grimgore, because Grimgore is not exactly that mobile. But if I didn't get him, like, that would have been nasty, because we would have been hit with a couple more of the Runes of Wrath and Ruins, which most likely would have finished off our Black Orcs, and then they would have either routed or shattered, and then my Goblins would not have stuck around that much longer after, and then Grimgore would have finally routed. So that was a very, very close battle. So in terms of kills, Black Orcs did insanely well. The Nasty Skulkers did really good for what they are, and the Squigs, I mean, they did okay. they did alright. They kind of got routed off pretty quickly, but they did alright. Durostier's 52 kills is pretty good, and the Ragnarok Queen, I kind of let her die there. I had her focus down, and I kept her in there too long. I just wanted to try and silence those cannons, because I didn't want them destroying her or my Black Orcs, but that kind of backfired. But that's okay. For my opponent, HDL Dimp, the 60 kills in this Runesmith is crazy. Decent kills for the leadership. The front line held off really well for the most part. Dragonback Slayers, 87 kills, really good. The cannon focused down. The Ragnarok Queen and some Black Orcs, which was really good. The Quarrelers, they did some work. And then the Grumbling Guard is just annoying to deal with. They did really good against my Black Orcs, considering the Black Orcs are better. I think Black Orcs have more melee attack, but these guys definitely have the beat on melee defense, I think. But anyway, in any case, good game to Dimp. I hope you enjoyed the 1v1 of Grimgor versus the runes of the dwarves, and let's go watch cinematic view of the battle.
Moving fast.
Oh, also I'm going to be turning off Fire Will here very, very soon. I just forgot to do it at the beginning of the match. Because again, these guys firing tires out your Ragnarok. I must have never actually given an attack order for the spiders. That's weird, because they're just standing still. Whoops. So close, but I just couldn't. You can't walk through them, man. I was trying though so hard. I'm like, I need to kill you right now. But Grimgor, even though he's so huge, cannot walk through those doors. Here we go. Get him, Grimgor! There we go. Again, hope you enjoyed, everybody. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.